If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Timmy B., host of the Fight Insight podcast, here with my co-host, friend, UFC veteran, Mr. Brian Bam Bam Barberina.
Let's go! Timmy B, hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fight Insight podcast.
Normally, we start with the guest, but today our guest is going to come at the end of the show or somewhere through the show, Bam Bam. We don't know where she's going to be, but we have lots to talk about, man. There's a few items I want to talk to you. There's a special request from you for you. So I got to give you that. I haven't told you about that. But first off, UFC 313 happened. It was a very depressing night, man. I turned it off immediately after Bobby Green lost. That was a bad loss.
Yeah, that was rough. That guy he's fighting, though. Granted, the guy he's fighting is up and coming stud.
Yeah.
Coming from a great team, a phenomenal team right now that's kind of taking
hot.
Yeah, super hot, taking MMA by storm. With the MMA nerds. There you go.
I gotta get some white tape for my glasses.
There you go. Yes. But phenomenal.
I don't like the matchup, man.
Yeah.
I don't like the matchup. I thought that was a wrong matchup. If you've got Bobby Green, I don't know that you put him up against that. I don't know that Bobby Green's going for the title.
Yeah.
I love him. You know I love him. Everybody knows I love him. But I don't know that he's headed for the title. So can you not put him up against frickin' fights that we want to see that are going to showcase his skill? Here's the fight. Dana White, you son of a bitch. Bobby Green rematch versus Rafael Fiziev.
That's a fun one.
That's a great fight. Fight of the night previously. Both men coming off a few losses now. That's the fight to make.
Yeah, I like that. I like that matchup.
Yeah. Don't fuck around. Bobby Green versus Rafael Fiziev. Book it.
Yeah.
Preferably in Toronto so I can watch it.
I think for sure you're right where you say Bobby Green might not be after that title run anymore. I think he's more so on a point of, he just wants to have great fights, fun fights. Obviously, he wants to win. He doesn't want to, go in there and lose. So, he's still coming out and putting on good fights and stuff like that. So I think he's just looking for good matchups and fun matchups.
Yeah.
Not necessarily easy fights, but fun, exciting matchups for him and the fans. I think, a lot of his decisions are played by how the fans feel too about it,
Right. The other fight that I would like to see, which I called for years, would be Bobby Green versus Brian Bam Bam Barberina. I always wanted to see that fight, dude. I always wanted to see that fight too. I always thought that you two would make an excellent pairing. Not romantically in the cage.
Yeah, of course. Actually, I've trained with Bobby Green before. Good dude. Fun dude. Yeah. He
really?
He came to the MMA lab for a while I was there.
Oh.
So I got to train with him. He's a cool dude.
You never told me this.
I swear I've told you this before.
No, I don't think so. Does he train like he fights? Like, does he swagger and
Yeah. He always has his swagger and stuff, but he's
hands down
respectful dude still, was willing to learn, open to learn and, have good rounds and stuff and be, a cool dude just to have around and train with. So, it was fun to train with him. I don't know if he remembers that. Maybe he doesn't remember, as far as remember me, because I was early on in my career. So I don't know if he remembers training with me, but for sure.
But does he talk trash while he's sparring? No?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think he kind of, if I remember correctly, it was just good stuff, come on, bring it, come on, keep it coming kind of thing,
Keep
almost
it coming,
like,
you idiot, or keep it coming?
No,
Because
not like aggressively, more so like, clean shot, keep it coming. Let's see what you got, kind of
oh,
thing.
okay. But
You
still
know?
talking, still jabbing.
Sometimes, yeah, if
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
Because I
It's
feel
been a long time, obviously, but I think
because
in the cage, it works to his advantage. He gets in
of
that flow
course.
state,
Yep.
kind of getting to the guy as well, but also kind of like almost hyping himself up in the sense too,
Yeah.
which is comfortable for him, and where he wants to
No, of
be.
course.
So
But that's what I mean. Like that is part of his
yeah.
aura. That is part of what makes him comfortable and how he gets in the mode. But then it would be weird if I'm talking trash to like my buddy
Yeah,
at the
your
gym.
everyday
Like I don't
training
know.
partners. Yeah,
Yeah.
like bro, I'm gonna beat your ass. Come on.
You're ugly. You're trash. You're garbage. Hey man, you want
Yeah.
to go get a drink after the fight? Like yeah. Okay, so friends of the podcast update, of course, Bobby Green. Look, man, I send him messages all the time and wish him well. And miraculously, Bam Bam, it took me 4 years to get into contact with that dude. Had him on the podcast, and ever since he has messaged me back and forth here and there. So like, I'm really happy for him, dude. I'm just glad he's not hurt. He was messaging right away. He's okay. He's gonna look for another fight. I'm excited for him, but Bobby Green versus Fiziev is the fight to make. That is no doubt.
Yeah, it's a banger. It's a fun fight.
Yeah. At UFC 313, of course, then we had what I then heard later was the unknown Hall of Fame induction to Robbie Lawler, which was very cool. He said that he didn't really know it was going to happen. So when it kind of happened, it was a little bit of like a surprise. He said he thought it, but he wasn't sure. So I'm glad that he got that. I think he is deserving of it.
Absolutely.
Bam Bam, you fought the man.
Yeah.
You've always said that you liked the man, that you respected him. I want to give you an opportunity to say a few words to Robbie Lawler or about Robbie Lawler and the Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah, Robbie Lawler has done some amazing things in this sport. I grew up when I was watching early on before I was even in the UFC, watching Robbie Lawler fights, like admired the way he fought. I could easily say it kind of fueled how I wanted to fight, going there, banging out and, stuff takedowns and put people to sleep. That's, kind of what I wanted to do and pressuring people. So, definitely an inspiration for me. And, when I met him, he's a good dude, nice dude. And man, it was just an honor to share the octagon with him and, go toe to toe with him kind of in what he does best, so absolute honor to share the octagon with him. I was kind of bummed I didn't get to talk to him behind the scenes afterwards. It just didn't work out, but we did swap jerseys or shirts or whatever, walkout shirts. So I have his, he has mine. I don't know if he still has it, but he has mine. He had mine.
He
but
sold it.
yeah, absolute legend, and well deserved
cool.
for sure. Well deserved.
That's cool, man. Do you still have the Robbie Lawler shirt?
I do. Absolutely.
That's very cool, man. You got to send.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what you got to do. You got to send me a photo of that shirt.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, it's like my wife knows where it's at for sure.
Okay. Or if you have an old photo of it or something, because it'd be kind of cool for me to put that up. But yeah, congratulations to Robbie Lawler, man. That's a cool honor. He was in the sport for decades.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's a long time guy and always a class act and always such a good guy. So
yeah,
I'm happy for him.
Finishing top people and everything always. So
always, man.
What a stud.
Yeah. And I hope he has a good life moving on forward, man. That's a guy that should be around in the sport because he's a guy that, he's just so iconic and he should be someone that can inspire young kids and stuff like that. So yeah.
He honestly looks like he's, he's coaching a lot at Killcliff, I believe.
Yes.
And, is in there. I've seen him in people's corners already and stuff quite a bit. So that's great and good to see him doing well there and helping, the young guys come up.
Yeah, definitely. Now, 2 more friends of the podcast, when you talk about like bangers and people that put it all out there, 2 friends of the podcast, Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Octagon,
great night for them.
Octagon MMA, the Irish invasion. It was everything we thought it was going to be. Dennis the Menace Frimpong on the right gets a stoppage victory. And he did not tell us this. I did not know. Will fucking Fleury is now double champ with Octagon MMA. So congratulations to both those dudes. Bam Bam, you watched the fights.
Very
what did
awesome.
you think?
Yeah, great fight. Starting with Frimpong, man, he kind of controlled that whole fight, and taking it to this guy, a tough, 5-0, I believe, up and comer who's, tough.
Yeah.
He just took it to him, man, and stayed on him, stuffed his takedowns, the guy. And it was funny because, he's talking to the guy during the fight as the guy's shooting on him or whatever, like, you're supposed to be a kickboxer. What's up? You're supposed to be a kickboxer. Like,
Yeah.
Where's your head kicks at and stuff like that, as he's grounding, pounding him and stuff. He did get taken down to where he's, was in a bad position or bottom position at times, but it was able to reversal and get top position many times, and just very active off the bottom as well. So I think he did awesome. He did everything he said he was going to do, and really, really put on a showcase. He did call out that guy that he mentioned before that he was supposed to fight, and this guy filled in. So he called him out. Hopefully that happens because he put on a phenomenal performance.
Yeah. Awesome.
He had that guy wanting to quit like towards the end of the third round and was like, "Are you done? Are you done?" Like just on him. So it was fun to watch.
No, I'm so happy for him, man. And here's the thing, he's a young fighter, right? Making a name for himself, but he makes it through not just his in-cage performance, but his outside the cage antics, right? And boy, oh boy, Octagon MMA social media has been nothing but Frimpong ever since that event, man. It's like, then there's Frimpong fighting a guy in the crowd, which I think is the guy that he called out.
Oh, really?
Pushing him in the crowd and blah blah blah, and the weigh-ins was a disaster too. He choked the guy in the neck in the weigh-ins. Hey man, whatever, love it, hate it. We've seen him here. We've met him. We know the guy is a very polite and respectful guy. He plays it up, man. Like, I don't think it's outside his human nature. I think he is kind of a crazy dude. But hey, look, man, it brings the eyes, it brings the views, and he's already, as a 5-2 fighter now, I think, or maybe 4-2, 5-2. He's already making waves, already making Octagon MMA essentially promote his next friggin' fight.
Yeah.
Good on him, man. I love that dude. Again,
he's setting himself up for future fights and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep. Getting names.
Him up.
Yeah, and his next opponent, you think that's the only guy that wants a piece of Dennis Frimpong now?
Yeah.
No. Other people in that organization are like, hey, after that guy, win or lose, I want that guy because I want the hype. I want all the social media posts about me too. You know what I mean? He's first fight on the card or wherever he was, but he's not the main event, but he's getting a lot of the action.
I think he was the fifth.
Yeah. So good for him, man. Then you get the double champ, Bam Bam. Good old Orange Bob is going to have 2 belts, as he told us. He's going to have the one around the waist.
Bob is pumped right now.
Yeah, he's feeling good, man. So congratulations, of course, to Will Fleury, man. Double champ status. Yeah, that is nothing to balk at, man. And who knows what the stars have aligned for him, because that's crazy, man. Good for him.
That was
good
a great fight. He stayed active on him. Hit that dude with all the kitchen sink, man. Back in, he got hit with some big shots as well, but was able to keep going and push through and like keep it on the guy. I'd never seen him fight before, so I was a little caught off guard when I saw how well he moves. And I know he fought 205 before. Light on his feet, in and out, moving around a lot. So caught me by surprise, especially because the other guy was kind of like more stationary. But it worked for him. Like, he was in and out on the guy, avoiding shots, landing big shots, ultimately getting the double champ status. I did see a little clip or something of him talking about maybe three champ status as going back down to 185. So
to middleweight.
Yeah, that's wild.
I posted on that because where there was a comment about him going to middleweight, and I'm like, "Yo, what about Spud Life? There's no such thing as low. There's no such thing as low carb potatoes. So I don't know what he's gonna do." But man, congratulations to those 2 dudes, man. Like that's awesome, and I'm happy for them. And Octagon MMA, man, puts on a good show, right?
Yeah, it was a great show. Yeah, fun to watch. Good quality in the stream.
You know what could make Octagon MMA better?
This guy.
Get Bam Bam on get Bam Bam on a goddamn card.
It's fun to go over there,
Yeah, beautiful country.
Yeah, throw some hands.
They go to beautiful cities, man. Like, it would be pretty amazing. So, dude, let's do it. Timmy B's in your corner.
Appreciate it.
And no, I mean, I'm gonna be in your corner at the event.
Got it.
That would give me a reason to go to like whatever city is there. You know what I mean? Like whatever European city. That's pretty cool. Okay. Next thing I gotta ask you, Bam Bam. This is a special request, and I'm gonna
caught me off guard with this.
Yeah. You didn't know about this, but this is from a man named Andrew Palco. He says, "Hello, I'm a high school senior from Delaware, and I'm currently working on a documentary about the UFC. I know that you have interviewed many fighters, and I would like you to ask Bam Bam Barberina any insight on how a loss affects a fighter mentally if they lose motivation, face public criticism, etc., and how do you overcome it?"
Very good question.
Yes. Let me read it one more time because he's going to use this in the documentary, and I bumbled the question. Ready? All right, here we go. Andrew, don't screw that up. All right, here we go. "Hello, I'm a high school senior from Delaware, and I'm currently working on a documentary about the UFC. I know you have interviewed many fighters, so could you please provide any insight on how a loss affects a fighter mentally if they lose motivation, face public criticism, etc., and how do they overcome it? Brian Bam Bam Barberina, UFC veteran, please answer."
Yeah, losses can be they're always terrible. Nobody wants to lose. Also, and for fighting, that means you're going home with one check, not two. So ultimately that's hurting, putting food on the table for your family, or if you don't have family or anything like that, just for yourself and living and expenses and all that. So losing always sucks. And yes, there's always criticism with losing, from fans, from anybody, other fighters, commentators, family, everything. It comes from all angles, friends. I think, people just kind of see, what happens from like MMA fans and on social media, what they say. And it can be, terrible things to, okay things, not too bad, but they don't see, what happens on the other side of like your family saying stuff or friends saying stuff. Everybody expects you to go in there and win, and sometimes in MMA it just doesn't work out like that. But as far as dealing with it, I personally I try to just not let it get to me, avoid things. I think people are going to say hurtful things, and I choose not to engage that or comment back or answer back. Obviously that's a lot harder with family members or friends, things like that. You're kind of talking to them face to face, and but it's just still like, hey man, you just got to do your best kind of thing. Keep that attitude, and also use it for fuel. That's what I do a lot, is use it for fuel. That loss, I can learn from it. What can I get out of it? I can learn from it. I can improve. It's opened up things that I need to improve on. So just getting back in the gym and using that loss as fuel to my next fight. Like, this is going to help me become a better fighter. The guy opened up new windows for me to see that I need to improve in these positions and these things. So I'm going to continue to improve, get better, work as hard as I can, and just continue to go out there and be the best I can be. And that's really all I can do. So for me, it's, losses hurt. For me, more so, it's for my family. I feel like I've let my family down, not providing for them. So ultimately, it's just using that fuel to go perform better next time and hopefully come out with the win.
Nice, man.
Andrew,
was that?
Do I need to redo mine? Did I stumble a lot? Because I felt
a little bit. Let's redo. No, you know what? I think that was a good answer, man. But here's the thing: he's getting an answer from such a good guy. Bam Bam is a very, like, what you have to understand, Andrew, is that Brian Bam Bam Barberina is a very good man, family man, got a wife, 3 kids, beautiful family. He's a loving man and a good man. So like you're hearing it from a different animal, right? If I had on some psychopath like our guest that's coming on in a few seconds, if I asked her that question, she's going to give you something crazy, But yeah, I like it, Bam Bam, and I hope that that's a good answer. Look, that is from Andrew Palco, from a high school senior in Delaware. So I think that you and I just earned a honorary degree from a Delaware high school. Maybe.
Oh, sweet. So, yes.
Boom. Send that in the mail.
Yes.
All right. Here we go, Bam Bam. We do have our next guest, or our first guest of the show. This is very exciting, and we timed that all perfectly. She literally just came in. So
it worked out.
Here we go. Our guest now makes her return to the cage at Lights Out Extreme Fighting 23 on Saturday, March 22nd at Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California, streaming free on the Lights Out TV app that you can download right now on any app or device. This girl is the funniest, smartest, and baddest strawweight on the planet. If you don't believe me, just ask her, Bam Bam. Here is Ashley Whiplash Thiner.
Whoa, let's go.
What's up?
What's up, guys? Good to see you. Good to be here.
How are you, Ashley?
Oh, I'm dandy. I have a fight next week, so I'm magical.
Look at that. What is
you look excited.
What is this t-shirt you're wearing? Saved by the Bell? What's going on?
This one? You mean my Susan Big Guns Cat Godzilla t-shirt?
That's pretty awesome.
Wait, is this a fighter?
Yeah, she's fighting this weekend. So Susan, if you don't know, is really freaking cool. She's 50. She has more Muay Thai fights than me, and is finally making her pro debut for Muay Thai this weekend at WCK in San Diego. So I've been supporting. I have a couple of her fight shirts. So like it's her fight week. Naturally, I need to support her by showing her how much I care.
That is an awesome shirt.
That's an amazing,
really cool shirt.
Yeah,
that's really good.
So awesome.
Can I just say, fighters need better merch.
Facts.
Overall,
they need merch like that.
Yeah. Cool shit like that. Because you know why? I will buy that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
it's a cool shirt.
Do you know? And no offense, but I bought as many of the Bam Bam stuff as I could when he was fighting, or as he had merch.
Okay, so you're gonna buy my t-shirt, right?
Yeah, of course. My wife gets very mad though when I wear my Bam Bam shirt to bed, because one of the shirts is just Bam Bam's giant face.
Yeah.
So she's like, it seems a little bit odd,
She don't want to turn around and look at that.
Weird. I thought that I was married to you, not to this headless or this old head of a face. Like that guy's way less attractive than you. Sorry. Like he chose you.
No, I don't know. Are you kidding? It gets very she's like, what the hell is that?
I think I like the beard. I'm not gonna lie. I like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But she chose you. So her opinion is gonna be you, not another man. And thinking about another man before bed, I don't think it's a good call.
We're hoping, Ashley.
Yeah.
We're hoping. Ashley Whiplash Steiner, I'm so excited to have you back because I spoke to you how long ago now? Like it was back almost a year ago, maybe.
Yeah,
a little less than a year.
It was
before your Bellator fight. Right.
And it was before that because it was supposed to be my pro debut, the one that fell out, right?
Right. No, okay, so it was August 2024. So yeah, kind of close to a year.
Okay.
August 2024.
So I had the Bellator fight probably booked.
Yeah. It was booked because we talked about it.
Yes.
That was episode 186. So if you want to go learn about Ashley from the first time we met her, you can go check out episode 186. But forget that. Ashley, my first question, I got lots of questions for you.
I'm such a new person now. I've grown so much.
Like as a human being?
Always.
Oh.
Always.
That's
growth
always
mindset.
Good. That's good.
Growth mindset.
First question, because I want to impress you with this question.
Ooh.
Any dichotomies that you figured out lately?
Actually, yes.
I was reading. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. In regards to my diet and my caloric deficit, trying to figure out how to maintain recovery while also maintaining a caloric deficit is something that I have a big problem with, obviously, because you're performing every day in the gym, but you also need to lose fat during camp. So it's like, how do I maintain performance, but while also maintaining that caloric deficit? And I think the answer, one, protein is the most satiating and the most thermogenic of the caloric intake that you can do. So it burns more calories to eat it than carbs or fat do. So that's one of the ways that I maintain my hunger. But when it comes to actual performance, timing my carbohydrates, making sure that I get them early in the day with a good amount of fats early in the day, because lipolysis takes a very long time in your body to initiate. So you need to put the fats and enough fats in your body. If you limit your fats too much, you'll actually stop going into lipolysis, which is the breakdown of fats, which means that you'll stop metabolizing fat and you won't lose fat because you're not eating enough fat. And it's kind of counterintuitive, but you have to understand, like, you need fats for your body to be like, yes, it's okay to burn fats because I have them, So especially as a woman, you need probably about 50 grams of fat a day. And I think one of the problems that I was having when I hit stagnation was not having enough fats in my diet. So understanding where if I'm under recovered, I need more carbohydrates actually, because I don't have any glycogen in my muscles. As opposed to protein, a lot of people go heavy on the protein for recovery, but really it's going to be the carbohydrates that are regenerative to all of your cellular stuff. So going heavier on the carbs, switching them out for some of my proteins, and acknowledging that I'm going to be a little bit more hungry because protein is more satiating, and I like to eat about 200 grams of protein a day. Now I have to pull that back so I can go and eat some carbohydrates so my muscles will actually recover. But timing them in the morning and in the afternoon for my doubles, right? If I have a double that day, I'm sparring especially, I need a ton of carbohydrates before sparring and before I want to perform. But if I'm just burning fat, then I'm going to save my starchy carbohydrates for nighttime because they actually help you release serotonin and melatonin naturally. And having carbs at nighttime is going to then put you into sleep at an easier rate. So it's a dichotomy, like, do I need carbs for fuel or do I need them for sleep? But you need carbs in general. So it's really hard to balance the two.
Wow.
Well, that's all. I mean, that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah.
So
Then welcome to my TED Talk.
That's a lot of information, but a lot of great information. Actually, I had to kind of do that as well for myself and find out those things, which my wife kind of balances all out for me and handles it for me.
Sure.
But how long have you been? Is this new that you're doing this? That you're kind of?
How long have I been so smart when it comes to nutrition?
Yes, absolutely. That exactly. Like, how long have you been like studying this and getting into it and kind of trying to perfect, your training and diet together?
Yeah, bro. I mean, so I've been a fighter for about 12 years. And when I started, I was actually pursuing a bachelor's in animal science at Fresno State.
Oh, wow.
That helped me exponentially because I learned how to balance diets for dairy cattle. Okay. And it's so weird. We are also animals, and it works in a lot of parallels. So understanding the chemical processes and all of the chemistry and biology behind diet in general, even though it wasn't specific to humans, really accentuated my learning, because now when I go into like a really sciencey podcast, I can understand all of it as opposed to just some of it, like big takeaways, and also molecularly what's happening. I can envision it. So honestly, like 10 years I've been studying nutrition because I'm super passionate about it. If you could not tell.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoy understanding and refining nutrition. It makes me more confident when I go into my weight cuts, and I actually think it reduces my stress level, which cortisol is a big no-no for fat loss. But it reduces my stress level, which will in turn help me cut better and more efficiently. If I didn't understand it and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to trust this person, I don't trust anybody. Like, I don't think that people know what the hell they're talking about half the time. Yeah. So if I'm just going to go trust this person, oh, my coach knows everything. He told me to eat this, so I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to cut this much weight, and it's going to go fine. I'm not that person. I can't. Some people can do that. They just want to be told what to do, and they can do it. I have never been that way. I am a little arrogant sometimes, and that is a downfall. But also turn it around, flip it. I can use that to be like, okay, if I really want to be arrogant about something, I have to have proof. I have to back it up, and I have to do the research so that I know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm not talking out my booty. So that's kind of where it stemmed from, was the early weight cuts, not really trusting anybody when it came to their advice. And I'm like, hey, I just need to do the research myself and figure out how the best way to do this is. And some of it's just trial and error. After 40 some fights, you're like, okay, kind of know how to do this, but let's refine something different every time. Yeah. And once you get to 40, you got a lot of trial and error, got a lot of freaking error.
So two things I want to say. One is that if the high school students from Delaware are still watching this podcast, because Ashley, we had someone write in a question they want to know about fight.
Yeah,
they just
fell asleep when I said lipolysis.
No, they're like, "What? This is gold. What?"
They're like writing notes. They're like, I think they may have just earned like a biology credit watching this podcast. And I'm gonna now be able to put my podcast under #science. And I'm going to get like a whole new crowd watching this podcast because of what you just said. Here's the thing, though. I really do agree with what you said, though, about not trusting anyone.
Sure.
Okay. Not only is it Stone Cold Steve Austin's motto, but no jokes, no laughs at that.
I liked it.
Not only, okay, because it's so funny. In my daytime job today, we were talking about something, and myself and someone else, my colleague, were like, yeah, this is the law, right? Like, we're talking about something and we're like, this is the law. And we're like, yeah, that's the law, right? And we start Googling it to figure out where that law is, like in whatever realm of job that I do. Okay. And we're trying to figure out where that law is, what document or whatever you can find that law. I've been in my industry for like 30 years, man, like 20 something years.
Yeah.
I know that's a law. The person I'm talking to, they know it's a law. Everybody we talk to knows it's not a law. We start Googling it and we're like, what the shit? This is actually not a law, but it has become so common knowledge to just know that that is a thing.
Right.
That everyone thinks is law. We just found out it's not a law today. And we're like, mind blown, because now we're like, well, we could use this to our advantage now that this is not actually a thing. We're gonna like do something totally, but it's crazy. And that is what the world is right now. Like, you know how many things like are going around on your social media and whatever, and things are just flat out lies.
Yeah, viral videos about nutrition that I'm like,
oh, terrible.
No, don't do it.
No, not just nutrition, everything.
Yeah,
but nutrition especially. It's like you see all these videos and they're like, you're gonna lose 5 pounds in a day and blah blah all this. It's like, no, what?
Yeah,
no, just no.
Well, and you can through glycogen stores lose 5 pounds in a day because it's combined with the water.
But people think just like, oh, I'm gonna lose all this weight, and then it's like I drink some water and it's right back. What?
Right. Like, it's crazy. No, you're not gonna lose that much fat. I saw one recently. So to speak to what you're saying, I saw one recently about how if you eat protein and carbs together, it's like an atomic bomb is going off in your stomach because the microbiome can't handle both, because one prefers alkaline and one prefers, what's the other one? Acidic. And if you take them together, then you're not going to digest one of them properly. And I'm like, what? And I had to go in and research it, and even ChatGPT said it was bull. It was like, nope, that's bull crap. Like, don't listen to that. It's so minute, the amount that it changes when you eat things, that it's not. And I'm like, dude, you have to couple protein with carbs so you don't get sleepy, because carbs produce melatonin and serotonin, like we said. Well, if you couple protein with them, it will hinder the production of melatonin, meaning if you have a heavy carb lunch and then you're probably going to get sleepy. But if you keep the carbs smaller and you go heavy on the protein, you'll get less sleepy and you won't crash after lunch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the white thing in between my glasses now. So really
I think I need a pair.
the nerd thing. You know what I
I
mean?
need a pair.
Now
There you
here's
go.
something.
She's got
Here's something that you didn't know, Bam Bam, as an excellent segue, so that Lights Out doesn't get mad at me. The girl that posted that fake news about the science stuff is her opponent, Malden. This is Lights Out. Guys, there is the fight posted. I'm just kidding. I don't like, she's not the person
That's
that put
hilarious.
this. But look, here's the thing. Ashley Whiplash Steiner, that's your fight poster there. You're fighting very soon. I'm very excited that you are back. I got questions to ask you. First question, though. Where is your Bellator title belt? Can we see it?
Right? It's in my heart. It's in my heart of hearts.
Wait, what?
Bellator doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, I know that.
Okay,
But...
well, where's your PFL belt?
I was the only person they didn't interview after the fights.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was the only one. So it was the first fight on the Bellator
How can
card.
you not?
I blame you. I blame you. They're like, oh, she's going to call it out for the belt on her first fight. And then we're not going to interview her. So it's your fault.
Yeah.
Oh, Timmy B.
We were watching the Fight Insight podcast, and she's going to say this, and it's going to.
Yeah, we can't have that because Bellator is not going to exist in 6 months.
It doesn't matter. Then give you the PFL belt. What does it matter? What does it matter? Bader's got a belt that doesn't exist. Freaking Liz Carmouche has a belt that they don't care about.
Nagomedov the freaking Bellator belt after he won a title defense.
A month ago, Ashley, they gave when Nurmagomedov beat Hughes in Ireland or wherever, Ireland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, wherever it was.
Yeah, they gave
even
him
after
belt.
they said there's no more Bellator, they gave him the Bellator belt after.
They gave him his Bellator belt back or something.
What?
I don't know.
That's weird. That's weird.
So here's the thing.
No, so to give you some backstory, Bam Bam, that was my first professional fight.
Yeah.
So no, I should not be getting the belt, really. But also, Bellator doesn't have a 115 champion.
Well, then why are they having you there? For God's sakes,
dude, it was a one-off. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. What the shit? And then Bam Bam, what Ashley is really pissed off about is Don Davis then doesn't create a 115-pound PFL tournament
for me.
Yeah,
I'm so good at this. Like,
what is he thinking?
Honestly, it's a total loss.
Yeah,
like he just looked right out. It's so weird. You can't even. Me and Dakota Ditcheva are the same height.
How tall are you?
5'8". And so, but I'm at 115 and she's at 125. And everybody's like getting all this hype about Ditcheva because she's so tall and lanky and a striker. And I'm like, but I'm over here.
Yeah.
And I'm all of those things. And I'm lighter. And just give me a shot. I know how to spell dichotomy.
Okay. Would you fight Dakota?
Eventually, yeah, I'll move up and it'll happen because I think that would be a banger of a fight. And I think she'd just be so much fun. As much as they like to match me up with grapplers, I think watching two strikers go at it in small gloves who both have the power to knock each other out is like the most like little titillating thing that you can do. You're like, every time you hit each other. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Easy with the language.
It is great.
I don't want to hear any more titillating around here. Now,
but how about Twitter-pated booty chatter? We'll get to it.
Booty chatter.
That's a better way of saying bullshit. For all of you high schoolers, if you don't want to get in trouble for cussing, replace bullshit with booty chatter.
Yeah, and then what's cool is then the school bully will beat you up for being a nerd. So there's that too. You get the bonus.
Not if you know Muay Thai.
Yeah, boom.
Okay, but here's the thing though. Dakota needs someone to fight.
Sure.
Ashley. Because here's Dakota wins the tournament, wins the season.
Right.
And now we move into 2025 and every single girl that has any kind of name star power, Jenna Bishop, Talia Santos, Liz Carmouche,
all of them.
Watanabe, anyone. They're in the goddamn tournament.
Yeah. and she doesn't have anybody to fight.
So then she has nobody to fight. You haven't saved anyone. You haven't taken Liz Carmouche with her goddamn Bellator belt and had her as a potential opponent. So who is Dakota going to fight? Ashley,
Right.
I gave you perfect advice last time. So here's what's going to happen.
I don't want to go to 125.
So then meet in the middle
that
or
was
something.
That was gonna be my question. Is
yeah, I do eventually, but right now, yeah, I would meet at 120 for sure.
120 catch weight.
I would do that.
Look, Don Davis doesn't know what he's doing, so
New
we're going
belt.
to do his job for him. It doesn't even
belt?
have to be for a belt though, because here's the thing, Whiplash. You
But
go
it
out
does.
there. Okay,
Yeah.
but you go out there, you beat Dakota's ass at
Right.
120, and then that sets up whatever. You know what I mean?
25.
The
It get-
potential for a
Title.
115 weight class.
Yeah.
And or gives you then time to go up to 125 later and beat her, because then the story is there. Here's
Right.
the thing. You know, this is such a small world, you know, but the guy, here's the thing. So I'm posting that I'm going to have Ashley Whiplash Steiner on the podcast, and I'm so excited, and people write in some questions, which I do have to get to. But one thing that came in, let me go find it, is, hold on here. Chris Martinez, a guy that I have had on the podcast previously. He's a digital content creator. He does documentaries for fighters and stuff like that. I think he did a documentary on Tito Ortiz. Very, very cool guy. Had him on the podcast. He reaches out. He's the director of digital content for Lights Out Fighting.
Oh,
And he's talking that he's going to be having a team shoot you at the weigh-ins and at fight night and stuff like that. So very excited that you're going to see Chris Martinez. So say hi to him for me. He's a very cool dude.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. You get to Lights Out. You beat this girl. Guarantee Lights Out Fighting, Chris Martinez, everybody associated with Lights Out. You give this girl the goddamn mic. After she dances,
thank you.
does all her nonsense.
That's where Bellator went wrong. They thought my dancing would be viral. That was like a 2 million whatever clip of me dancing badly. They should have got me on the mic. Would have doubled it.
Yeah.
It hit 2 million views.
1.8 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, and I had 3 reels, all from different. One from Bellator, one from like WMMA rankings or whatever. All of them hit over 1 million. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's the
Come up with
thing.
some new dance moves, or you're keeping the
Off
originals?
of bad dance moves. They clipped the wrong dance moves. I don't know why they clipped those ones. I
That's the
swear
worst.
I had better moves before that. But I mean, I don't care, right? I'm just in there having a good time anyway. And then a dance move I had never tried, like the Stamp Fairtex one, right? I was like, F it, let's do it. Why not? And I tried it and I failed. Like halfway through, my hips stopped and I was like, I forgot what to do now. Let's just twerk. Ooh, 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 ooh. And that went viral because of hate comments. It was fantastic.
For those listening on audio, Ashley Whiplash Steiner is a white girl. So
very, very much so.
It makes it even better.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because they're all like, "Oh, you have no ass," and I'm like, "You wouldn't either at 115 pounds." I don't know what to tell you. When I bump back up, man, when I recarb 3 weeks later, I have a little booty.
Yeah.
Not on fight night.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Oh yeah.
So look, when you get the mic at Lights Out, though,
yeah,
you have to
call out.
Yeah, you got to do something of a call out, because here's so I have a few questions I want to ask. I'm so excited to have Ashley here. She's so good. Your contract though with PFL and Bellator, was it a one fight contract or what?
Yeah.
Or did you get released?
Single. Done.
Okay.
Freaking idiot.
Was it in your hometown or near your
was.
hometown?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it was
I have
Buffalo.
heard of Bellator doing that, like bringing hometown people in and doing like one-offs. But usually it's like you win, you get a contract kind of thing. So
No, but the problem was it was right when they died.
Oh.
It was the last show in the US for Bellator.
Okay. Damn.
Right.
But I
But
rocked
here's
it, and that's all that matters.
yeah, kick
Oh
ass.
yeah.
Here's the thing though, because of your dance moves, where'd she go? She's getting a phone call.
Somebody tried to
call?
phone call me. I
Yeah.
told them to just F off.
Good. That's Don Davis going, "What are you saying about me?" when here's the thing though, I got so many questions. You do the dance moves, showing the booty.
Right.
Oh God, phone call again. Here we go. Mrs. Popular over here.
Sorry, he tried again.
So, showing the booty. Did you charge more for the advertisement on the booty short placement for this one, knowing that? Oh my God,
that there might be some booty action going on.
Yeah.
Don Davis is really trying to screw around with this podcast.
I didn't. Yeah, I don't have. I didn't get the logos printed on my fight shorts, so there is no.
Why?
For anything? Well, you see, the thing is, I just did it on my shirts this time, and
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I didn't sell spots on my shorts. I will sell spots on my shorts for next time.
But why not? Though? Why not? Let's talk about that.
Honestly, it was more of a time constraint. On it, my manager texted me today, and he's like, "Hey, do you want me to put logos on your shorts?" And I thought, and I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, yes, I do, but I also don't want to go hound down sponsors right now.
Your management being Sucker Punch Entertainment.
Yeah. I work mostly with Chris.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yes.
He's fantastic.
He's awesome.
He's under the Sucker Punch banner.
Yep.
And so he texted me today, and he's like, "Hey, if you want to get these logos in," I'm like, "Well, we could do the logos that are already on my shirt, but." I want the adequate amount of time to put into searching for the sponsors, and I don't want them to feel rushed. And it's just like, and then I don't want to feel rushed because cortisol's a bitch, and I don't want to stress out right now. It's the week before.
Right.
I already had a lot going on with the t-shirt sales and mitigating all of that. And then trying to be active on social media. It's a lot to balance. A lot of dichotomies to balance.
Yeah.
Your T-shirt, I don't have it as a picture here.
I was just about to ask if she has one.
Was it a World of Warcraft character? Who's the character?
World of Warcraft? It totally was. Yes.
What a nerd! What a loser!
I'm a nerd. Well,
I like it.
With my brothers today, we're just discussing when our next D&D campaign is going to start.
Hell yeah!
It's It's definitely in character for me.
Okay.
I have been into fantasy stuff, right? But I've been playing video games since I was a young child. And World of Warcraft, I lost years of my life to. So,
it was the crappy years anyways.
Elf,
who cares?
Right? Yeah, it's a dark elf because it's like that dichotomy between badass and feminine. And I'm both of those things. And I'm a warrior, but I'm also still a girl. And I think being able to balance both of those things is a really cool dynamic. And that's kind of what we went through for on this one. Nice. I think the next one, I'll probably make it an archer, like a braid. I'm thinking long braid, small little hood, looking behind her, got her bow, you know what I mean? Like
the over the shoulder look.
Yeah, the over the shoulder look. Nice. With her bow, like that. And I think in this one, I don't want to give it away, but I think my finishing move gonna be, because it's very Muay Thai, right?
Yeah.
When you're doing your white crew for Muay Thai, a lot of people will come up with the bow, and what you do, you either do this and let it go by you, or you grab it and you break it over your leg. Like that, it's a pre-fight ritual thing for Muay Thai when you do a white crew, and a lot of people do the bow and arrow. So I think after I finish this girl, I think that's what it's gonna be.
Nice. I gotta go look
Alex
up your
Pereira.
I gotta go look up your
call
shirt.
out his sister. Now she's huge, right? His sister.
Yeah, she's
big.
125.
Really? She looks like she's 165.
Yeah, the fight's at 125 for her. I've thought about that too.
Okay. Yeah.
But she's won championship, and I think she's only striking. I'm trying to do it.
Karate combat.
Karate combat. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Karate combat. That's right. So actually, good segue. I did ask. You're fighting here for Lights Out, which is fantastic, and we love them, especially because Chris Martinez, and that's great. Is this a one-fight contract too?
So
do we know?
Right now it is.
Okay.
They have already texted me to ask for an exclusive contract after this.
Ooh.
Got it.
Without me fighting yet. They reached out. So it's going to be something that we're in negotiations with.
Okay.
I'm really, trepidatious in general of more than one fight contracts because I am such a hard person to match up for a fight.
Now, you worry that if they can't match you up, how long does that contract take before it expires?
Yeah. Well, and you can't go anywhere else to find it if someone says like, "Hey, we have a matchup for you."
Yes.
You're like, I can't. I'm in contract.
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, we have a last-minute pickup fight next weekend." I want to be like, "Yes, I can do that."
Yeah.
Right.
But on the flip side, somebody's actually looking for fights for me and is willing to fly people in for me. Right. So it's just something to play with right now. Yeah. I have more faith in Lights Out because honestly, Jane, I forget her last name, Esquido or something. Anyway, she was the matchmaker for Bellator. Well, she's the matchmaker now for Lights Out. Now that Bellator is resolved, she has found me both of my fights. And so I have a lot of faith in her as a person. And I'm very thankful to her as a person because I know how hard she works. And I know that she has a lot of connections and is willing to do what's necessary to find me a fight. So I'm inclined to take the offer, but there is nothing officially official.
Yeah.
Okay. Do whatever is good for you. Do whatever gets us the ability to see Whiplash fight more frequently and regularly.
I agree.
And here's the deal. Lights Out. Ashley's not signing anything if you don't give her the mic after the fight.
Give me the mic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And record her dance moves.
Yeah.
Have you seen the interview that I did after one of my amateur belts that I won for MMA? It's I go up and he's like, "Hey Ashley, how's it going?" And I take the mic from him and I go, "What's up, San Diego?" And he starts laughing his butt off. That's JD from JD Network. But yeah, that one I just stole the mic. I was like, "Well, you came up here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it."
Smart.
Yeah.
Moves.
All right. I don't want to keep you too long. I don't want you to get upset.
Who, me?
This guy. Yeah.
Yeah. No cortisol.
My fuse is like so long. It's going to be hard to upset me. I just ate
cortisol.
right before this. If I hadn't just eaten, my fuse would be this short. But I just had some beautiful lunch that I made. So good. I can still taste it.
Right. Preston Fawn. This guy writes in questions here and there. I appreciate you, my friend. He asks, Ashley Whiplash Steiner, can you please call out my mom, Janet?
Let's go, Janet.
The fight as a joke. But can you shoot a promo on this guy's mom, Janet?
Ready?
All right, Preston. I got you. Hold on. Let me get into character. Yo, Janet, I'm coming at you. You better get ready because I got fire in these fists and you are going down. That's all
Janet.
I got.
That was good.
Good.
Watch out, Janet.
Cut it. Yeah.
There you go, Janet. Cut it.
Janet, done. Here. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then, hold on. What else did I want to ask, though? Anything that you want to really get off your chest? Like anything that you wanted to. A couple more
pounds of fat would be nice.
How are you doing well? I mean, you talk all this talk about your fighting, about your chemistry and your biology.
I'm doing well. I've got another pound, but it should shift.
Okay.
What do you want to say to your opponent?
Oh.
Do you know your opponent?
Clarice.
Hello, Clarice.
Do you know your opponent is this girl you want to fight? She's been around, man. This girl has good experience.
Yeah. Dude, she just had a match against one of my teammates, Ashley Yoder, for combat jiu-jitsu last week. I was honestly, what I want to ask her is,
that's kind of scary, right?
Yeah. Like, are you trying to give me a heart attack?
Yeah.
That's the question, because I'm like, do you know how many fights have pulled because of injury? Like,
right.
So many fights pull from injury, and she goes and competes 2 weeks before the fight. I'm like,
yeah, why put that fight at risk? What's wrong with you?
Breathing. not breathing. So my question is why?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to answer for her.
Okay.
There's not a lot of female fights anywhere. Like in general, it seems hard for females to get fights because I know a lot of girls that are sitting there kind of waiting on fights. It doesn't seem, PFL's kind of given up on anyone except for 125ers.
Right.
1FC, they'll lock you in contract and then never fight
And then
you.
never fight you. Warriors Cup does a good job.
Warriors Cup, which Regan
Warriors-
Gowing is fighting at that.
Is fighting my dear friend Angela Barr. Love her to pieces. Yeah, Angela and Susan are actually best friends. They started boxing together a long time ago.
Nice.
When they first start, I don't know, 10, 15 years
Actually,
ago.
I wanted Regan to come on this podcast with you as well, but she was busy training because this is her training time. But I know you spoke about her last time too. But here's the thing: the reason why that girl probably took that thing is because I guess you never know when a fight's gonna fall out. Like you're saying, all your fights fell out. Maybe she's worried, like, hey, what if Ashley falls out? I have this opportunity to go in and at least do something. Right? Like,
still though, I mean, you're booked and you're like a week out or 2 weeks out. Like,
yeah.
Well,
like
it's tough, man.
Can you push the combat jiu-jitsu thing? Can you just like push it to like after?
Yeah.
Because the MMA fight's obviously going to pay more.
Yeah.
And it's more important to your record and just I don't know. So if I had a question, it's mainly about that. Like, what was your thought process
going in?
What was your thought process in that scenario? Or was it just like impulsively like, I want to fight, let's do it? Because I understand that too.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're like, I want to fight. Like, I'm a cowboy. Let's go. I support that.
I mean, the thing is too, is that like, it's like, let alone jiu-jitsu where you're going to get like your ankle ripped or something.
Combat jiu-jitsu.
It's combat jiu-jitsu where like, if you're not prepared for that, bam, bam, it's
palm,
like,
right?
bam.
Open palm. Once you're on the ground, you can't do it standing, but once you're on the ground, it's open palm. But you could palm strike somebody's nose and break it.
Jean-Claude Van Damme style.
I'm impressed that you have a name that you already know somebody that happened to.
In every movie, like in Bloodsport, in like, what I mean? Yeah.
I thought
Van Damme. You don't know who Van Damme is?
I was just about to say, wait, you don't know who Jean-Claude Van Damme is?
I mean, I've heard the name, but that doesn't mean that I know actors or actresses or anything. Like,
oh my goodness,
you act like I have time to watch TV, Tim.
He's the dude
who's too busy on World of Warcraft.
Splits all the time.
He does what all the time?
Splits. He do splits all the time.
Fun. So does Ngannou.
Ngannou does splits?
Yeah. Francis?
Yeah.
What?
Dude, you've never seen that guy on Instagram?
I mean,
he could do like reverse splits to where his like body is lower than his freaking legs. It's the most impressive thing ever because he's like 200 and something pounds.
Yeah, he's a giant.
He's huge, but he has more flexibility than I do. It's
okay.
super.
I was not aware of his flexibility.
I think you got to fact check that. I think that's AI. I mean? I don't know.
I was not aware that he had that kind of flexibility.
Well, you're not stalking his Instagram as much as I am, apparently.
Before we get out of here, I want to just tackle this subject because so many times we don't get to the news, Bam. And then by the time like the week next, I'm like, well, frick, this is like 3-week-old news by now, and I can't talk about it.
There's news. I'm probably not versed in this either. Go
ahead. No. But this
Let's see.
Guy who is
when you're watching on TV,
so he's the TKO president.
Okay,
which is the UFC and WWE group, right? When you're watching on TV, you can't tell if you're in a stadium or an arena or you're at the small but mighty Apex we have in Las Vegas. And this was part of, I think, a conversation where they start talking about like that they're going to continue in the Apex. And this guy saying you can't tell the difference.
Well, that guy's wrong.
Yeah, he's wrong.
Wrong from every point of view.
Dude, every point of view. That's just. I mean, it's just wrong. Wrong. What is it? The Donald Trump. Wrong. Yeah, no,
I mean,
there's an electricity when you walk into a fight arena that you can't emulate anywhere. And then the camera angles obviously are going to affect how you see the fight. You only perceive the fight through what they can catch in the screen, but it's not a 360 view. Like when you're there, you have peripherals. The screen does not have peripherals. Like
Yeah.
it's just factual, right? Like you get more dynamic by being there. And then the feel when you get the crowd, like you can kind of hear the crowd when there's a screen going, but when you are in a crowd that is just going insane, it's like something inside of you is being awakened,
Yeah.
and you can't help but ride the wave. And learning to ride that wave as a fighter is actually really difficult sometimes, because you have to take in the energy without letting it burn you out too quickly. But you have to learn how to ride the wave without like forcing yourself to not feel the energy, or forcing yourself against, the crowd, like, oh, I need to be calm. It's like, no, you kind of got to ride it
Yeah.
and let it happen. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle in your fight, at, as well as the fight. Like,
yeah.
there's two things that you're fighting against now instead of the one.
Yeah.
So I disagree with this dude.
I disagree. From a non-fighting perspective, just from watching, like from
Yeah.
TV perspective, it's like you could totally tell the difference of a fighter walking out from the apex to the cage and a fighter walking out in an arena to the cage.
Sure.
I mean, you see the people on both sides reaching, trying to get a high five,
like,
whatever. You
touch my
can
hand.
feel like that. You can see the emotion of the fighters getting riled up, like on their walk, like getting
like,
more focused because the
I'm going
fans
to
are right
war.
there and everything. It's a complete difference. And I mean, I think people who watch notice it as well. And I don't know. I think he's
Tell me the
mistakes.
people that don't watch it and they're like, and everybody's doing the chant, right? The McGregor chant. And you're like, oh, and you're like, man, it'd be so cool to be there right now and feel that. Like, I've done that so many times where I'm sitting here, the crowd is chanting, and I'm like, God, I wish I was there so I could absorb it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy is wrong on so many levels. And as you guys have accurately said, from the fighter perspective, the fighters themselves obviously want the energy, want the crowd. They feed off it. The performance can be enhanced. I mean, that's so different. From the fans' perspective, both in the arena and out,
Right.
if I go to some stupid little thing and it's some rinky-dink thing, right?
Yeah.
Like just the difference between even house shows here in Toronto, right? Like if I go to a house show and it's in a gym, like in a MMA gym, and there's like 50 seats.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, you still hope that it's going to be energetic, but that's different. The last event I commentated here, it was at a casino, and it's in like a venue where like people come and sing and stuff, and they had the fights there. It was crazy, like much better.
Yeah.
And then you go one level higher. Ashley, I'm commentating for an organization out on East Coast Canada. I'm there next April 12th, Fight League Atlantic 19, Moncton Coliseum. It's going to be incredible. The fights are insane. When we're in the Moncton Coliseum and there's all thousands of fans and they're screaming. Last event, Ashley, the lights went out. They lost power. And the crowd, like with emergency lighting, the crowd starts erupting. Let them fight. Let them fight.
And they did. And they did.
Yeah.
And they continue fighting. Just like, and I know you won't get this reference, but just like a Van Damme movie, okay, it was insane, and like when the announcer comes out with no microphone, he's like, the fights will continue. And freaking erupting. Like, that's not going to happen in the Apex with like 15 people cheering. And here's the other thing. I think I left that comment on maybe that post or other ones. Yeah, you think the fighters are happy that their family can't come?
Yeah. So actually, a little tad on that is, so, they have the stands there and they've added like another bleacher section or whatever, but it's like, I think every fighter, just like, we occasionally get tickets for fights or the fight cards in the UFC. But it's like for the Apex, they don't want to give out tickets to the fighters to have their family there and stuff. They did start doing my last fight there. They started doing where, and they notified me like, what was it, like a day or two before the fight that, we started this new thing that you can bring your family in, and they only come, they get there at the time of your fight, and we bring them in, they watch your fight, and we take them out. It's like, I mean,
they don't even get the respect to watch the rest of the card.
Yeah. No.
And just to be clear, this is not during pandemic time. There's no reason for this shit.
Yeah. And so it's like
garbage.
I mean, I made some last minute changes and flew my family out and everything to be there for it. But like, my goodness, like the very least you could do is give each fighter at least two tickets for like two of their family members, team members, whatever, to be at your fight. Like
podcast co-host.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Favorite San Diegan guest.
Who wouldn't want Timmy be there?
Yeah.
Idiots. Look, it's just crazy. It's just crazy that they're saying that, which then leads me to believe, if that's the president of TKO, that they're trying to say that to try to inception it into our brains that we enjoy the Apex. No, we do not enjoy the Apex. Get that crap out of here.
Okay, devil's advocate. I do enjoy one thing about the Apex.
Hold on. Let's guess what you're going to say.
You already know.
Bam Bam, guess what she's going to say? I have no
What do you want me to guess? She said you know.
The one thing that you enjoy about the Apex
is that
that it's close to you? No.
No. It's going to be it's going to be fuck, I don't know.
that you can sell your ticket.
The sound of the punches and kicks hitting the body. You could just you could hear them so well.
Improve the mics at the regular event. Just improve the quality of the mics. Just turn the mic volume up.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind the Apex, them keeping the Apex or whatever and having a show there, but allow.
Yeah, you can also hear your coaches.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
Allow more fans, like fill it up more. They like just have a little section and
put a few bleachers in there. Yeah. Make it an intimate event, but make it an event.
Yeah, exactly. Make it an event. Yeah, I think they're trying to make it as like, it's a special thing, but it's like, no.
The only good thing about it,
make it a smaller, more private event, but it's an event. Like
the only good thing about it is that Mike Beast Boy Davis, UFC fighter, lightweight fighter, he sold one of his cornerman spots when he was fighting in the Apex, and he sold it to a fan
for how much?
And he auctioned it. I think it was 10 G's.
That's nice.
And I think he was saying he got more offers. And I spoke to him after to see if he was going to do it again. I don't think he did it for the last fight because blah, 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 whatever. But that's smart, man. And apparently the UFC either didn't know or didn't really care. Because
I'm going to guess they didn't know. And he had to
he was pretty vocal about it, man.
Right. As long as you get him licensed under CSAC.
Yeah,
you get him.
No. There's no way the guy was licensed.
They have to get licensed.
They have to get licensed to be a cornerman.
How would that happen if it's me?
It's really easy.
You just go to the website and apply. Yeah.
You pay $50 and you have a cornerman's license.
Do I have to show like my uppercut, like, you know what I mean? Like show my form before they.
If you did that, they might not license you.
You have to do a sparring match.
Yeah, do you? I'll do that. Ashley, are you still beating up blue belts? Are you a blue belt still?
I'm technically still a blue belt.
Oh my god!
I got a second.
No, but bam, she's sandbagging it in tournaments as a blue belt.
Okay, I haven't done a blue belt tournament in a long time, but yes, my last blue belt tournament.
She's been doing white belt tournaments.
The last blue belt tournament I did last year was on like 2 days' notice, and I was still sore from whatever, and I subbed the girl in 8 seconds. It was,
oh my gosh.
It was actually insane. And it was crazy because it was gi, so I didn't expect it to be that fast.
Because they're true blue belts, Ashley.
Just boom, boom. I think it was 12 seconds. But yeah, it was like really fast.
Holy cow.
Everybody in my gym calls
How
me
many
a
stripes you got?
fake blue belt. 2. I just got my second one. I've only been a blue belt for 5 years.
So embarrassing, Bam Bam.
Not a big deal.
This is why we don't have Ashley on, because she's a little bit scummy for this. I don't know.
Being up
It's
the
not-
white
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
'cause
what a piece of trash.
Oh, I like it.
Ashley Whiplash Signer. Let's put the sign up here one more time. Everybody, you get to watch her fight for free.
That's wild.
Lights Out 23, March 22nd, Saturday, March 22nd. If you're in the area, you go there. It's the Thunder Studios at Long Beach, California. Ashley Whiplash Steiner, before you go,
Use the code. Buy tickets, use the code.
Oh,
Steiner
yeah.
23.
There you go. If you're going to buy tickets, Steiner
Say it again.
23.
Steiner, my last name. THINER 23.
Go get your ticket.
Use that code if you're going to
Use
go
that
watch.
code so that I can pay my bills. Thank you.
Are you gonna have a big contingent?
We're gonna have a good amount of people there. Probably
Good.
like 40 or 50.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really good. That's very good.
Yeah. I mean, it's San Diego, so we're a couple hours away. And then I think there's something. Is that the same weekend as Easter? I don't know, but there's a lot of people that told me they have family coming in that weekend, and I'm like, is it a holiday weekend? Like, what weekend is Easter?
No.
not
Easter's
next
in
weekend.
April.
Yeah, it's in
April? Oh, thank God. Okay.
No, these
But
people are lying
for some
to you. These
reason-
people
St.
are lying
Patrick's
to you.
Day. St.
St.
Patrick's Day is Monday.
Okay, so yeah, it's a holiday weekend. So yeah, it's wild. A bunch
It's a
of
long
people are
weekend.
like, "Oh, I have plans with my family,"
No.
or
It's
whatever.
St. Patrick's Day. They're just getting drunk.
They're just getting drunk.
Come,
I'm like,
come
you
get
should
drunk at the fights.
come get drunk at the fights. Let's go.
No. Yeah, ridiculous. Unfriend all of those people, Ashley, because that's
I'll
a
do
lame
that.
excuse.
Yeah.
That's stupid. First of all,
Casuals.
first of all, guess what? When your family comes over, they're lame anyways. So let them come over, let them stay at your house, and you go to the fights. You know
There
what I
you
mean?
go.
Like what? Or if it's cool
That's-
family, which odds are it's not,
See,
take
that's
them
pretty
to
cool.
the fights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, they have kids." I'm like, "Take the kids." I don't know what to tell
Take
you.
the kids.
Yeah.
Early exposure is a great thing to ward off bullies.
Yeah, there you go.
Ridiculous. Yeah. You
Take
know what's really
everybody.
cool? Yeah, and the kids love it, man. When the kids go to the fights and stuff like that, and they get the fighters to sign their T-shirts and stuff like that, like, man, the
I've got
kids have
the high
t-shirts in
five.
kid sizes.
Oh, let's go.
the kids have the best time at these things, man. All right, Ashley Whiplash Steiner, I do want to ask you before I ask you my last question, anything that you want to say to the fans, viewers, listeners of the podcast?
Man, just thank you all for supporting and get ready for this climb because it's going to be quick. Like, it's going to feel like a blink of an eye to you guys. It's been 10 years for me, 12 actually, but it's going to feel like a blink of an eye because I feel like in a couple fights, a lot of people are going to know my name. But right now, I'm kind of unknown, and that's okay. That's how it is. The Rocky Cut scene actually lasts 10 years in real life. And I'm at the end of it. So I feel like this year, it's gone so slow. And then this year, it's going to feel like it just goes real fast if I can book, 2-3 more fights.
Yeah.
And I'll start getting scouted, hopefully, because I do anticipate finishing this fight probably second round. I like to get my reads first round, but probably second round. My skills are there. I've put in the work, and now it's just time to eat.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Ashley Steiner, look, man. Yeah, the scouts are out. You've got the great Sucker Punch Entertainment behind you.
I do.
Right. So you're all set and ready to go. You've got the personality. You've got the fighting style. You're not boring like an Anklev or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, you're
Yes,
exciting.
I do.
You're exciting. You're gonna put on a show. You're a good personality. So any organization would be happy to have you. It's just whoever's gonna give the most money. Look,
And get the fights.
I was gonna say, for
promise
me, it's
the
not even
fights.
about the money right now. It's who can get me the activity. Who can
sure.
get me fights? Because I've fought for free for the first 40 fights of my life, and I would pay to go to these tournaments to go fight, and people aren't willing to do that. But I love this shit. So I'm crazy like that. I'm willing to do that. I have put myself in thousands of dollars of debt just to go to freaking Australia and Abu Dhabi and Korea, and all these places to fight. I fought internationally, so now I don't even get nervous about international fights because I'm like, I've already done it, and I have all of this. I have this foundation that's just unshakable, honestly. So at this point, it's not about the money yet. The money will come. At some point, the money will get there. I want an opportunity to perform.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hungry for.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Look,
Let's go.
there's so many moments that we're going to cut out of this podcast, Ashley. And I am very happy too that I'm working with millions.co. Are you an athlete on millions.co?
No.
Oh, you should get on there. That's pretty good.
Okay.
They should. Yeah.
But here's one thing they do now. They cut up my podcast and they make a lot of reels and stories for me. So it's very
nice
easy.
of
So I'm
them.
happy. Yeah. So that's
Love
awesome.
that.
So happy to them. Those guys are awesome. It's good that you went to Korea too, because I was just listening to a podcast today and it said that their birth rate is so bad right now that
they want men to go there.
In three generations, apparently they're done. Like if the birth rates remain the same, and there's other countries too, but my wife is South Korean. In 3 generations, apparently they're and Bam Bam, your wife is South Korean too.
Yeah.
Apparently it's gone. It's over.
Can't replace the population fast enough.
No,
Well,
it's a real problem.
It's a problem, but honestly, it's not, because overpopulation is an issue in general around the globe. Yeah. You just have to take people from the the more densely populated areas, put them in the less densely populated areas, and then now people can own land. That would be fantastic.
You tell these men and women to get to work, though.
I mean, yeah.
But it's the cult. Wait, are you saying from another country and import them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, but then you lose your ethnicity and your culture. Yeah,
sure.
You can't. That's odd.
I understand that. Yeah, it's hard to That's one of the things that is sad, is not maintaining certain cultural perspectives. Absolutely.
Yeah. Ashley, it was amazing to have you. I'm so glad that you joined the show. Like, you're very, very cool, man. I'm so happy.
Absolutely.
And Bam, here's another thing too. Like, I've said it about a few of the latest guests though, but like Ashley's someone that's really cool. Like, we will chat online on Instagram and stuff when she checks her messages. Doesn't do it very often, but when she does, she's a good person though, man. Like, you're a very cool person. Guys, go follow Ashley Whiplash Signer. It's AJ
Thai Fighter.
AJ Thai Fighter. Go follow
Thai
her.
Fighter. Spelled like Muay Thai. Yeah.
Muay Thai, yeah.
At some point I'll change it to Whiplash.
Or AJ MMA Fighter.
No.
Really? Always stay Thai Fighter? No. But if you
AJ Thai Fighter, yeah. I'm
sure Whiplash is taken.
Whiplash, Whiplash Fighter. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Whiplash 759.
Yeah, at some point, I'm gonna change it to a handle that more people can identify me by, because not as many people call me AJ. My name's Ashley Jordan, so like back in the day, there's a little AJ going on, but not so much anymore. People just call me Ashley or Whiplash, and so at some point, I should probably, assimilate to what people are already calling me, so that they can find me easier.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. But look, it was a pleasure having you on. I want to ask you one quick question before you go. Before I do that, our next guest next week, Bam Bam, I'm not sure how you're going to feel about this. I think you're okay with it. We're going to talk all about the UFC antitrust lawsuit, which has now been finalized and done. We're going to figure out, we had a fighter on before that talked to us about it as it was happening right before it settled. I was by myself on that day. That was with Hurricane. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. But my brain is going too many miles an hour. But the guest next week, legendary fighter John Fitch. He's coming on the podcast.
Awesome. Yeah. Why would I be upset about it? That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, because we're going to talk a lot of trash. I don't know what's happening, but he's a guy that was really behind it, right? Like, I think he was one of the main supporting guys behind this. So it's kind of like a big thing. Well, no, I just mean, like, is he like blacklisted from the
might be controversial.
Yeah. But I will say that okay, good. Well, look, John Fitch is joining the podcast next week. I'm very, very excited because there's been no fallout from that.
Yeah.
Like, the media never asks questions about it. It happens, it settles, the whole thing is done. And like, so what happens now? Where's the fallout? Where's the money? It's a big thing, man.
Yeah.
Hurricane Heather Joe Clark. That's who it was. Hurricane Heather Joe Clark. I love her. She was awesome, man. One of the OGs from the Ultimate Fighter show. Ashley Whiplash Steiner, last question to you. It's a question that my mom used to ask every day of my life almost.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10? 72.
Oh, okay. I did not expect.
Yeah, 72. I got a fight next week. It's the happy. I'm always going to be a little bit miserable in camp, but it's overshadowed by my anticipation for the fight. That's what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
And the minute that I get the opportunity to do that, you can't stop my elation and my momentum. I'm bouncing here, even though I'm at a deficit, and I'm, I gotta cut another pound. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Well, the movement's helping.
Yeah, the shrimp ceviche I just made is really helping because there's a lot of avocado in that baddie.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Flexing on all that avocado money you got.
Well, in California, the avocados aren't that expensive.
Oh, nice. With the tariffs that we've now implied on U.S. goods, it cost me like $99 an avocado. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's crazy. That's like us for eggs.
Yeah. Yep.
Here we go. Ashley, thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Yes,
it's always a pleasure
coming on.
Can't wait to talk to you again. Can't wait to watch your fight. I guarantee I will be watching. I hope they have a live chat on there so we can chat like with people,
right?
As we're watching.
Yeah, I would love to see your commentary as things were happening.
Yeah, I'm going to be
see
very
if you
excited.
Can call what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to be? It's going to be another finish.
Tomahawk elbows. 12 to 6 is legal. The first time we had Ashley on, Bam Bam, it wasn't legal yet. She knew it was coming, and she was saying tomahawk elbows. Dude,
tomahawk elbow, bro.
That's
you ever seen a Muay Thai fighter throw a tomahawk elbow? That shit.
Oh, yeah. It is.
I cannot wait. Ashley, goodbye. Thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Much,
I appreciate it. You're the best.
Absolutely. It was great talking with you.
Blast. Thank you for having me. As always, let's do it again soon.
Definitely.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
All right, Bam Bam. That is Ashley Whiplash Steiner. We have gone way long on this podcast. I know she loves to talk and she's so funny. I can't cut her off. What are you going to do?
Whiplash Steiner. That should be her handle.
What, like the Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
she said she was going to change it like
figure
Whiplash.
It out.
Yeah, but like easy
Whiplash
her Whiplash Steiner. Yeah.
Should have told her that before.
I know.
Hopefully she watches this back and gets it.
Yeah.
Bam Bam. We are out of here, man. We've gone long, but that was an amazing one. John Fitch next week. I can't wait for that.
Awesome.
Dude.
I look forward to it.
I will say too, check out his stuff online. He's been doing a lot of like podcasts. I don't know what he does, but I see it always on Instagram, and it's funny. I agree with him on like 99% of the stuff he does. His takes are always extremely very smart. They're just like ours. So
awesome. I'll definitely.
You know what I mean? Like he's a good dude. Yeah, he's a good dude.
I look forward.
Do you know him?
No, I've never met him. Never had the opportunity to meet him. But I have heard things about him lately, as of things he's done for the antitrust lawsuit and all that. Yeah, and absolutely. So awesome. Like, thank you to him for putting in the work and doing it when with a small group that did do it.
I'm very cool. I'm very happy. I'm happy that you're okay with it.
Wow.
And again, for people that don't know, because there's like new millennials and stuff, former UFC fighter, former Bellator fighter, former PFL champion, or before it was PFL, whatever it was called. Whatever. I don't know.
PFL?
No, it was something else before when it changed. Anyways, he was their champion / PFL champion. Guys, we are out of here. A couple of videos I'll put up here to click on. Bam Bam. See you later, my friend.
Bye.